Again, everyone, welcome into Operation Football Live. I'm Kevin, he's Logan Nestor. Hard to believe we're beyond the quarter of the way through the season already.
A full slate of games headed your way, and we start in the Jackets' nest. That's where we find North Augusta hosting White Knoll. The Jackets coming off a 2-point loss a week ago and behind Landon, Washington, trying to get back in the win column. Second quarter, North Augusta leads 6-0 when White Knoll's Jacob Jeffcoat finds Clayton Lindsay for the long touchdown pass. It's a 6-6 game at halftime. Third quarter now, White Knoll up 13-6 when Maurice Jones punches it in for the Timberwolves 20-6. And White Knoll adds another third quarter touchdown on this long touchdown run. That's the final touchdown of the game as White Knoll grounds the Yellow Jackets 27-6. Silver Bluff renewing their rivalry with Midland Valley. The Mustangs with the handoff. Running back Tyrese Washington takes it all the way in for the touchdown. 14-0 Midland Valley. Silver Bluff Cedric Trotty to Tyler Walton for the touchdown. 14-6. After this play here, what a catch and touchdown there. And then Midland Valley quarterback DJ Boyd looks and finds Seth Mosley for an easy touchdown, making the lead 20-6. Midland Valley takes it 35-18.
It has been a rare struggle for Laney out of the gates this year. No wins and finding it tough to put points on the board. A tough schedule makes that point as well. Tonight, region opener against powerhouse Jefferson County. Head down to Laney Walker Boulevard for this one. No score here, and this is the Wildcats. That's Willie Eubanks, the third, breaking one deep inside of Jeffcoat territory, and that would set up this. Tyrone Truesdell, the big lineman, walking into the end zone. Linemen don't score, but Truesdell does. Wildcats in the air, but that's picked off by the Warriors. Next play, it's the Warriors' T.J. Smith with a pick for Laney. Low snap here, though, for Jeffcoat. Michael Stone for the score, makes it 8-6. And then the handoff, a good run for Jaron McEnany for Jefferson County. And Jefferson County gets the win tonight, 24-8. How about Washington County invading Evans? First series of the game, it's Levin Lackey. Dropping and firing. Rashawn Willis on the fly. Long touchdown run there for the early lead. Waco putting it, punting, coming up, and it's going to be Corey Watkins taking the ball, make a couple of moves. Down the sideline he goes for the Knights into Golden Hawk territory. You saw a flag on the play there. But coming up, the ball will fly over the quarterback's head, and a host of Waco defenders are there. Washington County in a tight one, 20-19.
Greenbrier trying to stay perfect against ARC. Started the second half 6-3. Greenbrier and ARC fumbles the ball. Now a few plays later, and easy scoot up the middle for Jonquavis Brown for the score. Musketeer Clydell White then fighting to stay on his feet and get some great yardage for the Musketeers, but it wasn't enough. ARC's offense struggled, but Jalen Brown here with the laser focus and the tackle. Greenbrier now 3-0, winning it 13-3.
How about Grovetown on the road at Richmond Hill? Low-scoring game. Richmond Hill going to work through the air. Casey Green, the quick out, connects there. Same drive. Another pass play, this time over the middle to the far sideline, complete and driving. Now up top into the end zone. Zach Lathrop with a touchdown. Grovetown falls to Richmond Hill 14-13.
Augusta Prep looking to stay among the unbeaten teams as they take on Thomas Jefferson. Early in the first, Prep's B.J. Stone tosses it to Caleb Wells for the first score of the game. 6-0 Prep after that one. 2 plays later, Thomas Jefferson's Dakota Lamb takes it 70 yards, a full 70 yards for the score to give the home team the lead 7-6. And then as the first quarter began to wind down, Stone takes again and barely stretches it across the goal line to give Prep the lead 13-7. Prep goes on to win it 39-7.
All right, time to take our first time out on this edition of Operation Football Live. Lots more on the way. Some undefeated teams trying to stay that way.
Plus, the Josie Eagles have landed at News 12. Josie picking up their second win of the year tonight. Preston Willett is standing by with much more.
Welcome outside. We got Josie versus Westside this week. Don't let all the green behind me get you, give you the score ahead of time, but let's go ahead and take a look at the highlights. First up, we got a little homecoming action for Westside at halftime, but we'll pick it up in the second. It looks like a broken play, but DeKale Fluellen takes a chance and breaks it to the outside, and he's going to go on down the sidelines. And look at this, he's going to stroll into the end zone. There we go, little flare there. Got the band going now. Later on, about giving the wide receiver, Cornell Clark, a chance. He'll get all the way around to the outside, turn on the burners, and he's saying goodbye defense. On to the end zone he goes. Touchdown. Then you got a cake, you got to throw some icing on it too. How about this one? Llewellyn finds Daryl Richardson, who gets a big gain, sets up another touchdown. And it'll be Josie all over this one, 32-7. And we'll take it back out here, and I got Raleigh Roundtree next to me, the head coach. Coach, I called it a broken play, but you're saying it's not?
No, it's not. It was an option. We faked the toss and just kept it and, turned it up in and see what you get.
All right, you had a lot of big plays tonight. How does that give y'all momentum as y'all kind of go forward in this season?
Like I say, starting out the region, you want to get that first region win. So starting off region 1-0 takes some momentum going into Glen Hills, and we want to try to win everything from here on out.
All right, well, let's hear from one of the players that scored 2 touchdowns, a pair of touchdowns today, Trayshawn Ridley. Man, how's it feel getting in the end zone twice?
It's very good when you have great plays and being executed by your linemen and being called right. Everything feels good inside.
Absolutely. I mean, you're playing a big region game this year. How's it feel to get that first win against the region and going forward into the season?
It's a step forward in the right direction, and we keep building up, and we'll be able to come out on top on the region.
You get a couple more touchdowns this year?
Hopefully so.
Let's see it. All right, Josie gets the big win tonight, 32-7 over Westside. Guys, I know y'all are excited. We'll send it back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for that, Preston. With a balanced rushing and passing attack, South Aiken has proven they belong in the conversation as one of the better teams in the area. A tough challenge tonight with Lugoff Elgin coming to town. South Aiken QB Cody Boynton with the toss to Tansy Richardson early on. And here's the ball to Tansy, and you can see him just off and running as he gets the touchdown, 7-0. South Aiken's Boynton again looking for someone else this time. He throws to Chris Roberts for the touchdown, 13-7. So many good players on this team. And then Boynton saw Harold Hilton this time. He has a great run and scores, making the lead 19-7, and South Aiken rolls 27-7.
Hilton's a track star. South of Strom Thurman hosting Emerald. Picked this one up in the late in the half. Emerald's Luke Deal rolls the throw, tipped a couple of times, falls incomplete, leading them scoreless. Later in the second, it's Deal trying to get the Vikings downfield, but Amani Jones with another idea for the Rebels. The pick heads the other way, deep into Emerald territory. Next play, it's Tyrese Nick, our player of the week, finds Rashad Bryant, comes down with it, past 3 defenders, walks into the end zone. All Thurman tonight, 38-14.
Butler taking on undefeated Screven County tonight. Bulldogs fumbled the opening kick, and Gamecocks quickly put points on the board. Kashawn Robinson bounces to the outside, fends off a couple would-be tacklers, and takes it for the first score of the game. 7-0. Later in the quarter, Butler's defense gets tough. Tyrese Mitchell with a big hit for the sack. And then Butler with problems on offense. The long throw is underthrown, and it's Kim Hunter with the interception. Screven 35-6.
Harlem taking on Glen Hills. No score in the second. Then it becomes a shootout. Spartans, DeJuan Winfrey on the pitch, gets to the corner and shows the Jets. Down the sideline, they're not catching him. Touchdown, 65 yards, 7-0 Spartans. Harlem answers right back. Lane Phillips to Cameron Carr over the middle. They're not catching him. Down the center of the field he goes, and it's a 7-6 ball game. Later in the quarter, Jacob Matthews for the Bulldogs. He's going to punch his way into the end zone, and it's Harlem getting the win, 34-21.
Rich Spring Monetta showing they're pretty good in the early season, trying to keep it going against North. The ball sent to wide receiver Rocky Israel. He shrugs off a tackle, but it's no good. He scores the first touchdown of the night. Again, the ball is passed to Israel. He weaves his way 20 yards down the field to the end zone. The Trojans won't let North back in the game. The ball is thrown long to wide receiver Jerry Tyler. He sprints 60 long yards all the way to the end zone. Rich Spring Monetta takes it 45-12. Big win.
Warren County hosting First Presbyterian Day. Midway through the third quarter, Warren County down a point. Quarterback Jarvis Collins tosses it. Contarius Brinkle out on the flats. Good gain. A few plays later, we switch ends. Screaming Devils switch it up to Tommy Seals on the right side. Another good gain. But First Presbyterian ends Warren County's win streak. 13-6 your final here. One more time out before we hit our fourth quarter of OFL, but first a check of all the scores.
In South Carolina, the scores are brought to you by New Holland and Aiken Regional, while in Georgia, it's Augusta Tech and New Holland providing the scores. The background music, the North Augusta Marching Band.
Let's head to Pride Valley. Augusta Christian, Thomas Sumter. This game goes beyond the scheduled 48 minutes. 24-21. Generals looking to tie this one up, trying to take the lead actually with a pass deep inside Lion territory. But on the goal line, they would get stuffed. They'd have to kick a field goal, forces overtime. Second OT, it's Augusta Christian. Colin Brandon for the two-point conversion. They win it 39-38.
In 8-man, it's Curtis Baptist and Jefferson Davis. On the opening kickoff, Jefferson Davis with a gutsy call goes to the onside kick, recovers it quickly, and then ensuing possession, it's Wyatt Brandt for Jefferson Davis finding Chance Morris for the long pickup down the middle. You see it there, and they go on to win it 40-0, Curtis Baptist.
How about W.W. King taking on Wardlaw? Also 8-man action. This is Britt Gossett trying to give Wardlaw the early lead. Fires to Zach Berry. The Knights, though, Lane Benenbaugh is there to make the pick, and they get the win 28-14.
Then in Savannah with Benedictine hosting Swainsboro, opening drive for BC. No problem marching downfield. Nick Lanone and Wesley Kennedy have the chemistry. Some wheels, 40 yards. And Benedictine goes on to win 47-7.
Woo, that's a lot of football.
A lot.
All right, everything's going to be online, so check it out in about, 20 minutes or so. Have a good night.